Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome to the 8-hour, 20 minutes Far Lands or Bust Marathon for Child's Play charity. As you know, I am doing this because over the past 5 months, you guys have donated over $8,200 to Child's Play charity over at farlandsorbust.com. So that is why I'm doing an 8-hour, 20-minute live stream. Because, as you know, it might take 820 hours to walk to the far lands. Probably longer for me because I'm taking a lot of detours. But if you can see in the lower left-hand corner in the info screen, there is the chip-in widget there where you can continue giving to Child's Play charity. And as I said, for every 10% above 100%, I will extend this stream for an additional hour. I know we were hovering around 109%. I'll check on that in a few hours just to see where we're at, but I appreciate everybody who has contributed. I think we have over 400 individual contributions. That's amazing. Thank you very much. And I'm looking forward to this stream. I had a little bit of technical difficulties in the morning when I was testing out, but I think things are up and running as they should be. As you can see, I have this fancy little splash screen, but let me bring you into Minecraft here. I have my, I'm playing in Minecraft 1.7 because the Farlands still exist there. And as you can see, we have the Farlands or Bust expedition here, and we are at 1,508 megabytes in terms of the size of this world. I'm not sure, but I'm assuming by the time we're done with this, we will be beyond 2 gigabytes worth of the world size here. So that should be very interesting. Ant Venom is telling me that we are now at 111% of the Child's Play charity, so it looks like this will be a 9-hour, 20-minute live stream. That's amazing. Thank you to everybody who chipped in there at the last minute. That's much appreciated. And I don't know if I've said it already, but Child's Play is an excellent charity started by the founders of the Penny Arcade webcomic, and of course, you know, now they have the expos and everything on the East and West Coast and everything, but it's a charity that gets toys, books, and games into the hands of children in children's hospitals all around the world. So it's a great cause for gamers to get behind. It's just something really cool. As you know, there's a lot of other charities. I think even CoStar has kind of a little widget up there. He's raising money for Child's Play charity. There's the Mario Marathon, does something similar, and I believe next week starts the Desert Bus for Hope. If you haven't heard of that, you can go to childsplaycharity.org and look at their calendar and see what other amazing events and live streams and marathons that are coming up. So do that. Sorry, I got started just a little bit late here. I was busy uploading my video to YouTube and then updating Twitter and Facebook and taking one last-minute bathroom break. So it looks like I'm all set here. I will be taking a few breaks throughout this because I will need to eat, and I do not have a catheter installed, so I'll be needing to do that every now and again. But hopefully we'll be on here for the full duration. And like I said, I've got guests coming on. But let me first get into the Farlands or Bust world, and also I'm just going to mention that because I've got guests, because I'm playing the video game, it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to follow the chat, even though it is in slow mode, and it's probably going to stay in slow mode throughout the entirety of the broadcast here. But every now and again, if you do want to ask questions, I'll try to pick up on them, but don't be mad if I can't, because I am concentrating on other things here. But hopefully everything's figured out. You guys can hear me loud enough. I guess I'll find out when I bring in the first guest here if you can hear them. Should have tested that. No, it'll probably work. But yeah, let me load up Farlands or Bust here because that's what everybody's waiting for. Invisible cube. So here I am in the mundane hidey hole that I left off with the last video. It should be morning time. Yep. Let me do this before I bring on any guests, because as you know, creepers... Oh, there's a spoiler, but he's a friendly spoiler. I do feel like I should mark this hidey hole because it is somewhat special as the start of the 8-hour, 20-minute live stream. So I think I'm going to make a sign. How do you make a sign? I haven't made a sign in a long time. I guess I remembered. Let me... Out of the way, Wolfie. Let me plunk it down right there. What should I say? Here begins the 8-hour, 20-minute FLoB live stream. Ooh, that fit. And the date is 11/12/11. Bing! Amazing. Let me recollect the workbench. I suppose I can adorn the doorway. A little bit nicer. It's the luxury hidey hole. Ooh. Boop, boop, boop. And boop, boop. Okay, so here is our beginning. Very amazing. Oop, I didn't pick up my workbench. There we go. Might need that. I do have a bunch of miscellaneous stuff in here, though. Like I had that cobblestone. I rarely need cobblestone. I guess I can feed Wolfie before we get going, because everybody's concerned about Wolfie's health. But let me actually see who I have available here. Let's see here. And as you noticed, if you were around for my testing, I do have kind of a I'll be back in a moment kind of waiting screen where I have a lot of the awesome music that people made for Far Lands or Bust, just inspired by whatever crazy things I talk about. And let's see here. Add that. So yeah, and those you can actually, if you wanted to hear those on your own, you can go to my channel. I have a playlist up on my channel that is a collection of all the remixes and crazy music you guys have made, and that's amazing. I appreciate that, everybody who does that. So go check those out. Those are on their individual channels. Give them some views. Let them know what you think. What am I doing here? All right. I muted my Skype sounds because a lot of people were saying, "Oh, I thought that was my Skype." So I muted the Skype sounds. So hopefully this still works, and we're going to test. Hello.
Hey.
Okay, here we go. We have Brian on the line, who, as you know, is Lorgon111. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing well this morning. It's an honor to be here.
Excellent. I did run into a few problems at the beginning here, but I'm assuming people can hear your voice. I'm just watching the chat a little bit.
And yeah, I'm also watching the chat just to see,
Yeah,
but yeah, there's obviously a million people online or whatever, and so there's all kinds of stuff scrolling by. It's very exciting.
Yeah, it is. Well, thanks for taking time out to join me here. Certainly you've been a supporter of Far Lands or Bust, and I certainly appreciate all the back and forth we have going. We're very similar in terms of Minecraft. I think that's how we found each other. We're very, very similar in terms of how we play Minecraft.
That's true. Yeah, we both like the exploring aspect more than the building aspect, and yeah, and we also just kind of, I don't know, found each other, it seems like, around the same time, months ago, whenever it was.
Mm-hmm. Let me see here. I'm just, oops. Where is... Figuring out Skype for the first time. Where's the volume here? You sound fine to me, so I'm assuming it's fine to everybody else.
Okay, I hope so. Yeah, I didn't even try to see if I could listen to myself kind of on the live stream. I muted the thing that I'm watching so I can still see the video, although I'm sure the video is like 10 seconds behind over on my end or something. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to be doing Far Lands or Bust, and let me also see, we might have another guest here. Figuring out Skype. It used to be, where's the volume thing here? I just want to make sure that... well, we'll deal with it. All right, let me see here. Everybody knows that Ant Venom is in the chat there, but let me see if I can add him to the call here.
People say that I'm a little bit loud, and so I'm going to see if I can adjust the microphone settings on my end so you don't have to fool with it, Kurt.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Well, hello there.
Ah, hello there, Ant Venom. How are you today?
I'm doing alright. Just woke up, I think, maybe 10 minutes ago.
Oh, so we have you bright and early and fresh for the morning.
Technically bright and early, yes, for my schedule.
Yes. Well, thanks for coming here and rolling out of bed to join
Yeah.
Far Lands or Bust. And
I need to get myself on a better sleep schedule anyways. I was like, I am not going to be late for this. I'm going to wake up, and that's how it's going to be.
yeah, that was my attitude as well. And then I slept a little bit further than I wanted to today, and I'm like, I wanted to do more tests, but apparently that worked out for the best here. Hopefully everything's working well. I'm going to start walking here. I'm going to the west. There's the east. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do this Far Lands or Bust thing and talk at the same time, and that'll be awesome. But first of all, I'm sure there's a lot of viewers here. Ant Venom here is a long time. How long have you been making Minecraft videos on YouTube?
I've been making Minecraft videos since February.
So quite.
I think that's about the same time that I started too.
Yeah, I think I started April or something like that. But yeah, and you're doing you just concluded Ant Venom, the first season of one of your long running series.
Yep.
The Hunt for the Golden Apple.
Yeah. Guys in the chat, I would like to point out that Twitch has a slightly hard time holding 1,500 people on a single stream. It's going to be as laggy as it's going to be because he ran a lot of tests. So, I mean, if it stays bad, we can see if we can get a Twitch mod in here, but we'll figure it out. Audio's not laggy. We're having fun.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm just walking in one direction here. Everything is being archived if you want to see what happens later on, but I think the main thing is having fun, mostly in the voice chat and having the guests on here like Ant Venom and Brian. So I think that's what am I doing here? I'm making a vote. There we go. I think that's the focus here. So yeah, we'll deal with whatever happens there on that end. But I'm certainly surprised and amazed that we have so many people watching.
Yeah, I threw up a dedicated video announcing the stream.
Oh, well, thank you very much. And that's one of the things I wanted to thank you for because as I was getting started, you've done quite a few videos where you went out and investigated the Far Lands and things like that. And I guess that's how you found my videos, is just being interested in the Far Lands. So then you referred quite a few people to my channel. So I just want to thank you personally live here for that. That's certainly amazing. I enjoy that.
Not a problem.
Yeah. That's the same thing here with Brian back and forth. We're always going back and forth and figuring out different ways. I know you're...
And Ant, if I can just have a moment to be a fan, like you're also... So X's Adventures in Minecraft were one of the first things that I watched that kind of made me aware of the game and kind of roped me into it. But then after that, like you were one of the first other LPers I found who was doing exciting things and Hunt for the Golden Apple series and different things. And so it's been enjoyable watching your videos. And so I just wanted to say thanks personally.
Well, it's been good to provide enjoyable content. I enjoy every minute of it.
Indeed. I had to get one of those in there soon.
Indeed.
Yes. I probably shouldn't be doing that. Watch out, Wolfie. But yeah, what was I going to say? Just the YouTube community in general is very... that's what it is. It's a community, which is something, when I started out, I really didn't expect. I kind of expected being on my own and getting videos up there and getting a few viewers and stuff like that, but... there is, among all the video producers and a big kind of a community, and everybody kind of helps each other out for the most part, so that was certainly a surprise. I suppose I shouldn't have been surprised, but certainly a welcome surprise as I started making videos on YouTube.
Yeah, definitely. I find it's those kinds of people who end up getting a big audience are those who never expected it.
Yeah, I think I agree with that in terms of the people who are just kind of like doing it, for the fun and for the adventure and all of that kind of stuff. That kind of emotion and things kind of like shows through and turns into kind of quality and ends up attracting viewers in the long run.
Yeah, because you can really tell the enjoyment in someone's voice. If like they're not enjoying Minecraft, they're doing it just because it's the hype, then you can tell. But if they're doing it because they enjoy it and they love the free roaming and it's just like a feeling to them, that they like having, then you can usually tell that in their commentary. At least from what I found.
Yeah, that's a conversation you and I have had, Brian, that even if we've recorded videos where we're not having a good day or something's going on in Minecraft that we're not having fun, it's not the kind of video we want to put up, so we'll usually just delete those and then try again another day, just because you can really tell in the voice if somebody's not having fun, it's not going to be a good video to watch.
Yep, I see over in the comments some people were saying that their screens were freezing or whatever. I can still see the stream coming in. It's a little bit laggy, but I see you taking your walk. And yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But I just want to let the people on the stream know that, yeah, like we're also glancing over at all the comments on the stream. And so hopefully things are working out. But as usual, it's far lands or bust, and it's mostly walking in one direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most exciting Minecraft series on YouTube.
Yeah, and a lot of it too is like, the audio portion, talking, chatting with people, answering questions, whatnot. So as long as the audio is not lagging, I mean, I suppose we should be all set.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also, I feel like, kind of a testament to Kurt, if you don't mind me saying so, like both your voice and your ability to find, viewer questions to answer and just different things to talk about and Minecraft news update. Like you said, it's kind of turned into a little bit of kind of a vlog podcast kind of thing, but the fact that it's still so popular, I think is kind of a testament to all of that. And so, yeah, and again, with the live stream, with all the different people you have invited on, I'm looking forward to hearing from a bunch of other people as well, and so it's pretty cool.
As Wolfie congratulates me by running into my boat, but yeah, thanks. Thank you very much. That's, yeah, I'm certainly, coming back to that, I'm still having fun with it, which is something when I started, I didn't expect to be doing it this long. It was just kind of on a whim. I'm like, I'm kind of bored hanging out here around my spawn point. Let's try walking to the far lands. So, yeah, it's certainly still enjoyable for me, and it's something I'm still looking forward to doing as long as it remains something fun to keep doing.
So I gotta wonder, Kurt, since this happened about 10 seconds before the live stream started, will this be an 8-hour and 20-minute live stream or a 9-hour and 20-minute live stream? Because you hit 111% about a minute before you started the stream.
Yes, I saw that, and this will indeed be a 9-hour, 20-minute live stream, which means it'll go to. Well, I conveniently started here. I'm in Central Time in the U.S., so it'll go to 9:20 as opposed to 8:20. So yeah, that was part of one of the deals to keep the interest going and contributing to the Child's Play charity. So yeah, that's amazing. I was a little bit afraid. I didn't know if I would come back and all of a sudden we're at like 200%. And I'd be like, oh no! I need to prepare for that. Oh, where's Wolfie? There he is.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea to cap that at like 10 hours and 20 minutes or something.
Yeah, I think I did when I announced that. I said it'll be up to 200%. But I don't think that would be awesome to get that much money for Child's Play charity. And I'm certainly going to keep the chip-in widget and the charity open after this at farlandsorbust.com. So it's not like I'm, okay, we're done with the charity thing. So yeah, it's... That would have been, what would that be going to? I'd be going till like 5 a.m. or something like that my time. That would be interesting. But yeah, that's one of the cool things. I can't remember, trying to think when I started this. It was quite a while ago.
I'm going to pop off real quick. I see people saying that the audio levels between us talking on the phone are different, and so I'm going to just pop out of the Skype conversation and just watch on the live stream for a minute, so you guys keep talking, and I'll give you an update in a moment.
Oh, okay.
Well, I know how to change the setting live while we're on the call.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can help you out with that if you want.
Okay, yeah. On Skype, if I want to turn down how much my mic is broadcasting.
Yeah. Go into Tools and Options.
Okay.
And then Audio Settings on the left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now is the top checkbox, you notice it says microphone and volume. Is the checkbox that says automatically adjust microphone settings checked?
Yes.
Okay, uncheck it.
Okay.
And drag that down to maybe about like anywhere between 3/4 and half of whatever it is.
Okay. I will try it at this level and see what people say in a couple of minutes on the...
It's definitely better already.
All right, great.
All right. I was just checking my settings at the same time there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Kurt, I think yours is just sort of like what everyone else's should be based off of. It's pretty good volume as it is, anyways.
Okay, cool. Well, let's see. I'm running into the first sunset here, so I do need to make the first. I don't have. Oh, I do have an extra bed. Good. The first elevated hidey hole, which was inspired by none other than Ant Venom here. I saw you.
Nobody believed that it worked.
Yeah, nobody.
You were wrong.
I tested it out like a week ago in a live stream. That it does indeed act as a spawn point. So I'm probably not going to be doing the snoring every time I sleep, especially if I have guests on. But since it's Ryan and Ant Venom here, I'm going to get the snoring noise out of the way. So get your fill of it, everybody. And the drop of water I've started doing for no reason. All right, we've survived.
I hate that you can make that noise. that's like a life sought out goal to be able to make that noise.
Just put that on your resume. I can make a realistic drip noise with my mouth.
But yes, the elevated hidey holes, and in general, like all the stuff about the Minecraft physics and different things that you can invent and discover are one of the things I like. And so, yeah, I don't remember if I originally saw you doing this, or Nocturne is another guy I subscribe to who sometimes does kind of crazy outdoor beds. But yeah, discovering that you could just put a bed kind of up in the air and sleep there and it would be safe was an awesome and helpful discovery.
Yeah, I think I figured that out off of it was the Minecraft wiki, I think. I was just looking up beds and it's like, oh, you can stack it like this, and I'm like, what?
How does that work? Because I know a lot of people, when they first introduced beds, and even now, are very paranoid about their bed placement, or, oh, you can't be against the wall, or, oh, you know.
Right.
So apparently you can get away with a lot, but...
I am going to put up a video, so if I start to get laggy, just let me know.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I went ahead and uploaded one last night before I went to bed with the Good 404 challenge series that I'm doing now, and then figured I wouldn't have to upload another one until after the live stream was over, probably, because all of my viewers will probably be watching this. And so, yeah, in any case, I've really been enjoying Good's 404 challenge map. And yeah, I saw that you had said earlier, Kurt, that Good had been in contact with you, but obviously his wife just had a baby, and so they're obviously busy with their, week-old or 2-week-old kid. And so if he does happen to pop in, that would just be an extra bonus. But in any case, yeah, that map has been a whole lot of fun to play. It's the first time I've done a challenge map. It's also been really difficult, but I feel like I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, I've been watching those, and I haven't done any of the Vex maps, and I haven't obviously done Good's map, but it's an investment in time, isn't it? If you're gonna say, okay, I'm gonna get all the wool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I thought it was going to be easier. I thought it was going to be shorter, and. Yeah, I remember the first day I was playing it, I got the first 3 wolves, and I was like, oh, I started playing on Saturday morning, and I was like, I could finish this whole thing today. And now it's 3 weeks later, and I'm still not done.
But I mean, you said you tried some of the Vex, or at least one of the other Vex super hostile maps or whatever, and you said it was just too frustrating. That's what I'm afraid I would get into, where I'd get to a point where I just rage quit or something like that.
Right, especially at the beginning of some Vex maps. So at the beginning of, is it Nightmare Realm, I think, that you start out in a house and the house catches fire and explodes right near the beginning. And yeah, then you're running around with nothing, trying to just get some initial supplies. And so yeah, that can be really kind of frustrating and tiring, especially when it's your first experience outside of, just what you're doing right now in Farlands or Bust, a normal happy Minecraft world where there's pigs and sheep.
It'd be amazing if that... Oh, God.
I was just going to say, that was just a rough introduction to challenge maps for me.
My opinion, as far as all that goes, the challenge maps, when you punch out wood, it should have a chance of spawning silverfish. That would be amazing.
Oh, my gosh.
So much for your basic supply.
Yeah.
I do love the silverfish, though. I know Good doesn't like them, and they are like annoying kind of in game, but I think they're the like best new kind of just original, clever. You control people on a challenge map, and they just add randomness to the game, and so I really enjoy that aspect.
Yeah, I've only just recently heard about them. I might check them out.
I haven't, because I haven't played any of those. I haven't found a stronghold either. I haven't come across the silverfish. So, but watching videos of how annoying they can be, certainly is my. I'll be watching out for them. That's for sure. Ooh. I was going to say, I think eventually Zeku Edit ZP is going to be joining us, but he on his channel started doing one of the Vex maps. I can't remember which one it was, but it's kind of funny. Well, he's very funny on his own, really, but he seems to be treating it like a normal map, where he like actually took time to build a nice house with windows and everything. And it's like, that's not really the point, and of course it immediately got blown up by a creeper, but yeah, that's just, it's kind of funny to see everybody's different approaches, because I know when Good and BOO go at it, they kind of just go completely nuts and just go go for it, whereas opposed to you, Brian, you're a little bit more methodical.
Yeah, I tend to be cautious. I overanalyze the situation a bit. I'm getting a little bit more freewheeling as we get towards the end of the Good map, and I have more experience now, but I started out very kind of cautious and tentative, and while that can be a good strategy if like your goal is not to die very much, like definitely for entertainment purposes and also just to have a little bit more fun, like taking more risks is definitely a better way to go, I think I found. And I feel like an idiot. I just realized I was in the chat, like, there's a little scroll wheel on the side of all the chat things, and I was watching like much earlier people chatting messages as opposed to the bottom of the stream, and so now I've got back up to see what people are talking about now as opposed to what they were talking about when we first got on the conversation. I'm such a noob.
And right now I'm just perusing over the chat, seeing what people are talking about, seeing if any questions pop up that would be good for answering. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
I see A Gray Phantom, who's one guy who comments on a lot of my videos, saying Brian still doesn't know what a keg is, because in Good's map, one of the rooms had a giant keg or beer bottle with a tap kind of thing at the end, and I was trying to look at the structure, and I couldn't tell exactly what it was supposed to be, and I didn't see the tap at the end, and so I have all these videos where I'm like, I have no idea what this thing is, and then I ended up setting fire to it and burning it down, and so I never really got a good look. But then since then, I've seen in when BOO and Good were playing through Good's own map, to find out what it was, and obviously people have been commenting about it on my videos.
I like this question. What is the rarest Minecraft occurrence you guys have ever experienced?
Oh. Well, and same with you, Brian, only until recently, when I was doing Stranded in Minecraft, I came across my first spider jockey, which I know isn't, in the grand scheme of things, that rare, because it's, I don't know what percentage chance they have, but it was the first time ever since I've been playing since last September I came across a spider jockey.
Right, and yeah, it was the same thing for me, like only when I started playing. I started playing in February, and I'm pretty sure the first time I ever saw one was in the Good 404 map, and of course it was at the worst possible moment in time,
that was
because I was trying to climb up to get away from the mobs, and all of a sudden something was still shooting at me, and it was a spider jockey who was also climbing up after me. It was, yes, very scary. But yeah, I have never found like a golden apple, and I have found like both types of records in chests, and I've also farmed records from having skeletons shoot creepers. I'm trying to think of what else is like exceedingly rare in Minecraft. I don't know. What do you have in mind, Ant Venom?
Well, back in 1.5, the seed won't work these days. But if you were to type my name into a world seed, just add with proper capitalization and everything, and you were to walk about 100 blocks into like this small little hill, you would come to a cave where you could drop down, and there would be an open spawner, which had a golden apple in it. So in the world seed
wow.
that of my name, how's that? And I didn't even know it was going to be there. No one told me. Someone said, you should try Ant Venom as a world seed, just for the heck of it. And I did, and it was boring. And I checked it out. Just for a second, I checked it out, and I'm like, wait a minute. This cave goes down for like 35 blocks. I should probably check it out. Even though I knew I wasn't going to be checking out the map anyways because it looked really boring. I'm just like, why don't I just go down here real quick?
I guess another rare thing for me is in 1.8, I didn't have videos of this, but I spent a lot of time kind of in my Let's Play world looking for a stronghold. I ended up finally using cheating and using cartograph G in order to locate the stronghold just to go and explore it in 1.8. But then there were times when I was doing speed challenges or just practicing in creative mode and ended up accidentally stumbling across a stronghold. And and so that I feel like is obviously pretty rare because I spent a lot of time trying to find one and didn't manage to find one. So the fact that I accidentally stumbled across one when I was just practicing for a speed challenge, I guess was a pretty rare instance.
Mm-hmm. Someone said you left him behind again.
I left him behind.
I'm not sure if they're talking about Wolfie.
Oh, he's there.
Yeah, I just figured they were just being paranoid.
Yes. A lot of people are very paranoid about Wolfie.
Yeah, I just heard the bark just now.
I haven't yet come across slimes naturally in a world. Of course, I haven't been particularly looking for them. I know there's ways you can hollow out large areas near bedrock or things like that that might encourage them to spawn, but I haven't come across any slimes yet.
Yeah,
Pink
the fact
sheep.
that they only appear so low down. Pink sheep. Yeah, I've seen a couple of pink sheep, actually.
I've only ever seen one. Just one. So that would be the rarest occurrence for me, actually, because I've seen 2 golden apple chests. I've only ever seen 1 pink sheep.
I see. Yeah, that's a good one.
Looks like I have something to explore in the morning. Come back here, Wolfie.
I think, yeah, they actually spawn in 1.7, so...
Oh, yeah. The 8 hours you've got, or 9 hours perhaps you've got going today, perhaps we will encounter a pink sheep. Oh, look!
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, you
Oh,
guys are on a
God.
delay. Sorry, I was when I was talking about that. It was another surface
you've
spawner.
already gone in there.
Right. I come across a lot of those.
Maybe it should be something for me to consider. Just how I should be exploring. Seems like you find it more commonly than I do. If I was just to be walking.
Yeah, I
Much
do
safer
find
to
that it's
do.
kind of amazing that if you just walk on the overworld for, a few days, you encounter kind of like everything you'll find in Minecraft. You'll find a surface dungeon spawner, you find like awesome mountains, you find, anything you're looking for pretty much. I guess other than diamonds. You're not going to find those on the surface.
Right.
I think when I was doing Combat Canyon, I found one dungeon. It was underground, but it was a double dungeon. They were like spawned within each other. So that was kind of a rare thing that I came across. But kind of spawn is this? My arch nemesis.
I've only ever... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was just saying, it's my arch nemesis. It's a skeleton spawner.
Oh. Yeah, as long as you keep light on a whole ton of the situation, you should be all set. Just don't let there be any cave openings. And it won't be able to spawn, period.
Your basic loot. I'm running out of inventory space here because food doesn't stack. Take those. Don't need a bucket. Get rid of that.
Yeah, speaking of treasure chest loot, one of the things I like in 1.8, and that seems like possibly will be changing even more in the full release, is just both with the treasure chest that you find at Abandoned Mineshaft, having more variety of loot, as well as just kind of more fun things that you can discover, is one of the changes that I like happening in Minecraft.
Yeah, I remember I was doing a live stream once in 1.8, and I came across, just a giant mine shaft, and I think in the course of it, I found like 7 diamonds throughout the chests. And then in the course of maybe a minute or two, people were like, "What? You're so lucky."
I've been
People are saying, don't forget to stack your torches in order to save up inventory space. One thing I always...
Why is everyone saying shears? You forgot the shears. Shears, the shears. Oh, wow. Everyone is saying it.
Oh, I forgot. Did I accidentally put the shears in one of the chests?
You might have.
Well, I mean, I have a ton of iron. I suppose I could make more, but...
Yeah. Yeah, guys, he's got 56 iron. It don't really matter. I mean, he's stocked up on wool anyway, so whenever he just runs out, he can just find more.
I didn't think I did that. Where did I put away the shears? Oh, careful, Wolfie. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, probably in the dungeon chest.
Yeah. I'm doing things without even noticing. That's not
I do that all the time. Like, it's always amazing to me. I'll go back and be editing the video, and I'll be trying to decide what to throw out of my inventory, and I have like one piece of string, and instead I end up, throwing away some other more valuable item because I didn't notice the one piece of string.
Guys, if I remove the chat limit, the chat would go ape.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people in here. It's a 5-minute slow mode, and it's still going as fast as it's going.
Yeah, I put that in the welcome message, and I've mentioned that a few times. For the duration of live streams, it's going to be in some manner or another in slow mode, just because it does get out of hand. So choose your questions and your comments carefully, because you can only say so many per 5 minutes or whatever. Oh. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. In the first 2 days, I found a surface spawner. And I hear a bunch of
by the end of this stream, it'll be interesting to have kind of a count of interesting things that you've encountered.
Oh, well. There we go. One surface spawner. I heard some zombies over there, so I'm assuming there might be another dungeon somewhere, but I'm not going to be doing any hardcore exploring at the moment. Ooh.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do any exploring, or any hardcore exploring that far out. I mean, you're still on your original pickaxe.
True, which I'm going to assume it might go away during this live stream at some point. Same with my shovel, although my shovel I've had for far less. But obviously I use the shovel a lot to dig hidey holes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was one of the...
And of course... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, it was one of the original things I brought that with, because I was planning on maybe going into the nether, because everybody says, oh, it takes... I need some wood. It takes... it takes 8 times less to go in the nether, but just, I revised that plan simply because, the nether, A, would be dangerous, and B, it would be far less interesting because it's just the nether over and over and over again, so, that's why I'm sticking to the top world here. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Oh, what was I going to say?
Sorry. I'm a terrible host.
I'm sure it'll come to me in a moment.
Yeah, we've got 8 hours, 40 minutes
Well, hopefully
left.
I won't fill your 8 hours. It is kind of awesome for me, just some of the other people that you'll have on. It'll be cool, even if I'm just overlapping with a couple other people for 1 or 2 minutes, just so I can say, oh, I watch your videos, it's so awesome. But yeah, at the same time, when other people come online, let me know. I'll be happy to step out and let someone else come on in, because I'm sure it sounded like you have, I don't know, like 10 or 12 guests lined up. Do you know what the final count is?
Yeah, it could be, I'm looking at my list right here. Yeah, about 10. And it depends, of course, on their availability. I didn't want to obligate people. You have to show up at this time, so keeping it very casual and come and go as you please.
Yeah, and same here as well. I mean, if it ends up where there are 2 people who are just like, let me on, then yeah. I sort of came here early just because I kind of figured you might need me.
Yes, you have given me quite a few pointers and help and tips with the live stream, and even over on YouTube when I was having problems figuring out how to make videos properly without, when I switched to Vegas, when it gets really dark and blurriness and things like that. So yeah, definitely you've been a helpful guide along the way here, technically.
A lot of people are saying you're quiet. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's me, and it didn't seem like it when I was actually watching the stream.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, see,
I'm talking at my normal voice. I don't want to be yelling the entire time, and then I'll lose my voice by the third hour.
right?
That is indeed
people are
something to
saying
worry about.
People are saying you sound fine. It's just people who don't know how to turn the speaker volume up or something.
I actually, I don't know if either of you guys ever play Rock Band.
Yep.
A number of months ago, I was kind of really into it, and then I haven't played in a while, and then just went over to a friend's house to play some last night and was singing, and I was thinking, I can't sing too much because I want to make sure I don't lose my voice for tomorrow.
I haven't done the singing bit myself. I was more of a expert guitar. That was my forte.
Nice.
That's something I'd say 99% of my fans don't know about is the fact that I was like a hardcore into Guitar Hero, and I've never live streamed it.
I see. Yeah, I'm always impressed. So yeah, the friend that I play with is an actual like musician. Like he was a music major in college, and he can like play all the instruments on expert and is really good. And so it's fun to play along with him because I'll just like if I want to sing, I can do that. If I want to play, guitar, I'll play on medium, and if I fail, he'll be able to rescue me, kind of thing. And but I hadn't done it in a long time, and I'd forgotten how much fun it was, and so that was fun to do last night.
I've only played that a couple times, and I don't like. I'd either end up on the drums or something like that, but I always end up finding myself if it's a song I know, I kind of want to start playing along with the song, like, oh, this is how the drums are supposed to be played, even though it's not how the game is played at all, really. It's more, you gotta watch what's on the screen, and even though, it goes with the tempo, and it kind of sort of matches, it's still not exactly to the music, so I find myself getting carried away and end up like, oh, this is what the drum is doing, da-da-da-da-da. Oh, wait, no, that's not what the game wants me to do. So that's the problem I always had. Whoop, I got turned around there.
I saw someone... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you first.
I saw someone asked a question about what was the first game, like first video game that any of us have ever played, and I was just remembering, I think I was like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years old, and they had just kind of the original Pac-Man arcade game or whatever, and I think that might have been like the first arcade game I ever played.
I remember he doesn't serve far enough back, but I do remember that even when I was like 5 or something, back in 1995, when the Super Nintendo, I believe, was like right about out, I still had more of an interest playing the NES. So I think my first game probably was like Super Mario Brothers or something, but I honestly don't remember. I was so young. I think I started playing video games when I was like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I don't remember specifically either, but my dad has, and still has, an Atari 2600. So that was,
oh, wow.
I'm sure one of those was probably the first games I played. He had, like you said, Pac-Man, and he had, or